Are we done? Everybody exhale? We good? Hey, let's talk Tigers, everybody. All right, somebody asked me earlier.
Speaking of sack.
Yeah. Somebody asked me earlier about why does Neil have the New York Mets hat on today? And I wore it today because I knew we were talking Tigers baseball. And the reason I wore it is because, as you look at the Tigers, and it's very clear what the plan is. They're bottoming out financially. It's rebuild number 2, right on the heels of rebuild number 1. The second rebuild has started. That's what it is. The reason for the Mets hat is I just hope that the Tigers franchise, like we could get a couple of cornerstone pitchers, like a Justin Verlander or a Max Scherzer, and maybe get somebody like that on the same rotation. And the reason I'm wearing this Mets hat is because it's my de facto Tigers hat. Because they have pitchers like Justin Verlander and Max Scherzer.
Not like.
Together. No, they have Justin Verlander and Max Scherzer together. If only we could find a way here in Detroit to get those two frontline pitchers on the pitching staff to compete for a World Series.
Hey, like 4 Cy Young winners on the same pitching staff. That would be. I wish we could ever do that.
Yeah. So, that's why I have the Mets hat on today, D-Mac, because that's all you got, and that's all you're going to get. And, guys, look, we're going to be downtown. I'm cutting the vacation with the fam one day short so I can get back here to be downtown to do the opening day, extravaganza.
Oh, yeah.
But be prepared for what you guys are going to get.
You already know who's hitting cleanup? You're that excited?
Yeah. Be prepared for what you're going to get.
You're going to get a lot of drunk spending.
A lot of drunk spending, it's
a little sack, a lot of drunk spending. Yeah, that's what you're getting.
Well, I thought you were wearing the hat because that if you had a choice of which training camp, spring training you go to, it would be the Mets to go watch like you said, your former pitchers,
my Tigers,
your Tigers
that are playing for the Mets right now, because that's what it is. Ownership's sitting it out, guys. That they can tell you what they want, and look. I can be on board, and I will do this today. I will do this next week. I will do this on opening day downtown. Scott Harris and this team, 2 different entities to me. And I will always give that qualifier. I can be on board with Scott Harris. I can. I can be on board with the moves he made in terms of scouting and who he brought in. And what did they do? He went and got the best in the business because ownership made a choice. They're going Tampa Bay Rays style. That's what they're doing. But to do that, you got to have the best in the business at talent evaluation, which is a clear 180 from the last guy that was here. And I'll cut you off there. Yes, I will bring him up. Because the reason we're going through rebuild number 2 is because of the guy that couldn't do the job in rebuild number 1. The Justin Verlander thing, how you like that return? That cornerstone return. That's what it is, guys.
Jake Rogers.
He's coming back. He was on pace to hit 20 home runs before he got hurt.
Yeah.
Franklin Perez. He's back in camp, I heard. Can't wait. Is he really?
86.
Can't wait to see him pitch at Comerica this year. Can't wait to see him come in relief to hold down win number 1 of the season. And, guys, you know what's even going to be more depressing? They're at Tampa and at Houston to start the season.
Oof.
So do you put a win total on this? Do you not even worry about it?
I'll be stunned if they have 2 wins.
My big thing is so where are we going to get these pieces? Who are these pieces? Obviously, the Riley Greens and the Spencer Torkelsons are sort of more on the hot seat because of the expectations. I just look at guys like Casey Mize, who's coming off Tommy John, and then we find out yesterday that, oh, by the way, after he had Tommy John, that back issue, that lumbar issue that they let linger for months, he had surgery on it too. So, who is going to, be this next guy? There really isn't. You're on the Miggy farewell tour.
That's it. My 3 caveats.
This is a Miggy farewell
tour. Absolutely. Is he the player he was? No, but this is it. It's over after
Still
this year.
The greatest Tiger ever. So
yeah,
show him some respect.
Show him respect. I will not handle that, D-Mac. When they're 1-6 to start the year, when they come back here and opening day doesn't sell out, there will be no Miggy slander. Not on this show.
Opening day is going to sell out for sure.
You think so?
Yes. 1,000%.
You think so?
Opening day, Miggy's last year, it's going to sell out.
Okay.
So if I'm more on your page, Spenny. Nice day. Baseball's coming out. People don't care about the game. They're gonna check it out. It's gonna be downtown opening day festivities. Like, we want more than winning the game. But Neil, what's the timeline for this, Scott Harris, to implement them? And I think
to do it this way. Because there's nothing in the minors right now.
What's that?
Nothing. There's not
That's
one
what
desirable
So
player in the
at
minors.
least you have the best guys that are going to go out and find that talent.
I want everyone to understand this. To do it this way, 4 years minimum.
Well, I was going to say, guys, here's the reality of it. We could talk about it when we're downtown for the Stanley Cup Finals in 4 years, getting ready for the right around because opening day just happened. That maybe, hey, wow, Stanley Cup Finals, got a baseball game. This team actually, we got a few players now. That's 4 years from now.
4 years minimum.
4 years from now. Hey, there's great places to eat downtown, a great way to be downtown, but you're going to go down there and the ball game is going to be a secondary caveat. But it's always been. When's the last time it wasn't?
Going on a decade ago.
When those guys were pitching?
When our Tigers were down there pitching. Yeah. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Mike G. Side note, I'd like to kick Alavila in his sack. Alan Nelson. Is Alavila the Bob Quinn of baseball?
He's worse.
Thank you.
Wow. Yeah.
At least he drafted Megatron.
Yeah, at least he drafted some people.
He is worse. And yes, I'm going to keep doing it. And Jeremy Anderson, let the boys play first. No, because I know what's about to happen. And I hope you do too. And I'm not saying don't go. Because of what D-Mac said.
Just don't bring expectations of this team sucks and you know what it's going to be. Hopefully somebody comes out of this and shines, and the Torkelson and the Greens, or somebody that we don't know, because to make themselves a star.
I just don't want people. I'm trying to find a nice way to say this.
Well, then don't.
I don't want
say
people.
It mean.
Yeah. Don't get your hopes up.
Dude.
Don't do that.
Neil, you're going to tell them on opening day who their cleanup hitter is. And last year was Jamer Candelario. This year it's this. Mic drop. Move on.
And then I'm going to go have drinks with Spenny.
Enjoy your summers. Go to this stand because they got the best beer and this has got a great hot dog. And you can take the family out and it's going to be a little bit cheaper, and enjoy the downtown. But don't come in and go see the other teams play.
4 years, D-Mac.
Yeah.
Years. Plural. And I know this sounds bad, and it's supposed to be about hope and optimism because, Tigers pitchers and catchers have reported. No. What? No. Guys, and there's nothing in the farm system. Nothing. The worst farm system in baseball. That's what it is. I didn't make it that way. Don't be mad at me. Jan says, WoodwardSports.com chat poll, who's the worst GM, Millen, Quinn, or Avila? Man, it's tough between Quinn and Avila. Jan says, sack the like button. Thank you. Okay. If it's show pertinent, I'll say it the rest of the show.
It's fair.
But it's got to be show pertinent. So, again, Jeremy, no, I'm not. And look, Jeremy Anderson says, I'll never miss a game. I'm the biggest Tigers optimist there is. And, Jeremy, I'm not attacking you for that. Like what you like, man. And, hey, you know what, Jeremy? I watch a lot of baseball in the summer.
So do I.
Jeremy, I'll follow him, and you know what? There's no better follow, in my opinion, and I'm biased, but Rogelio with Woodward Tigers and stuff like that to stay up to date. And here's the one thing. I'm using my Wings fandom from the past 10 years of getting into the minors and finding out who are the young ones coming up. Neil says, we don't have anything right now. We got to build, but we will build on it, so you can follow it. I'll tune in the Tigers game. I'll go down there to enjoy it, but my expectations are zero. And maybe that's good because maybe we can enjoy the journey having zero expectations for anything on this team.
For a long time.
That's fine. So pay attention to something else. Neil, you said you were going to pay attention to your family this weekend, so maybe that's something you got to do this summer.
Don't make it sound like that, D-Man. You're going to pay attention. I have a family?
You said...
Are those people that are in my house?
You know the one that you had to get the second furnace for because they were bitching and moaning? Yeah. That's funny.
No. But yeah, guys, It's real. It's real. Donovan Strong, who's worse, Avila or Van Gundy? Oh, Avila by
Avila
far.
for sure, yeah.
By far. So, guys,
Well, it's
that's
like
what it's
because
going
they
to be.
nuked it. At least with Millen, you left something in the cupboard, and with Quinn, you see when a good GM, responsible guy comes in. Look at how quick Brad Holmes fixed those mistakes, and they didn't let him linger and let him linger and let him linger. So it's got to be out.
Let's go. Red Wing Sparty says, it'll be telling what kind of owner Chris is after this year when they can't hang attendance on Miggy's farewell season. Does he start spending, or is he content with throwing garbage in our faces?
They're not spending.
They're not spending.
No,
Guys,
you
all
nailed
the
it. You
personnel
nailed it.
moves.
They had a decision to buy their way out of this or build their way out of this. And he went, let's go Tampa, build their way out. There is no money. Hopefully it goes to the district. Because we got to get ready for the Super Bowl.
It's true.
There's other things going on in the city. You can pass by Comerica and walk in and stuff like that, but just don't expect the wins and losses.
Yeah, and that's the path
Are we the
that they're
worst
taking.
team in Major League Baseball, or we
The
still
Nationals are gonna be pretty
better
bad.
than KC?
Yeah.
KC and the Nationals are both going to be really bad.
Pirates
Okay.
are always bad.
Pirates are always bad.